You're just one human trying to find answers online. Meanwhile, your AI agent searches the internet, reads the articles, summarizes everything, and gives you just what you need. This happens in seconds. And today, we are building that agent with Python, DuckDuckGo, and a powerful LLM called Ollama. No OpenAI key, no cloud, just you, your machine, and a tiny digital research assistant. So join me as I help you build your first AI agent from scratch. Before we go ahead and build anything, let's talk about the tools that make this possible. At the core of our agent is none other than Ollama, an open source tool that lets you run large language models locally, directly on your machine. Think of it like having ChatGPT on your computer without sending your data to external servers. This is so safe, and most developers use it to avoid sharing their data with external sources. Ollama supports several models like Mistral, Llama 3, and others. Today, we'll use Mistral, a fast, lightweight model that works well for summarizing text. Alongside Ollama, we'll use a few key Python packages. We'll have DuckDuckGo Search to fetch the latest web results without scraping websites directly. We'll have Reach, a library to make our terminal look beautiful, more cleaner, and more colorful. And of course, we have the basic Python libraries to glue everything together. So, here's how our full setup will look like for our simple AI agent. These will all be running locally and written in clean Python code. Just to clarify what our AI agent is going to be doing, it's super simple. You type a question, the agent fetches the information, and it feeds it into our language model, and we'll be using Ollama, which now summarizes your results and gives you a clean presentation of the results, returning a clean summary of what you are searching for. Directory or in the root folder, go ahead and create a file named searcher.py, and this will let us work with our DuckDuckGo Search API. And I want you to have this imported from DuckDuckGo Search import ddgs, and have this function to return the list of our results. So this function simply takes in the search query as an argument and the maximum number of results that you want. And then we are going to search for your specific query, and we're going to return the first 5 results. We're going to have the first 5 results returned. As you can see, we have a list of results, and then we return the first 5 results. So it's a simple function that takes in the search query, runs it through DuckDuckGo, and returns the first 5 results. And then we are using ddgs as a context manager to avoid doing the manual cleanup. To test this function, I'm going to create main.py, and I'm going to have this, and I'm also going to import my function, import from searcher, import search web. And if I try to run Python main.py, I should be getting results for the latest AI tools in 2025. So this is the query that I'm passing to this function, and it's going to go ahead and run this through DuckDuckGo Search API, and it's going to give us our top 5 results. So let me run this. And you can see I have the title and the href, which is the link to the website, and I'm getting all the results as I should. I have the 10 hottest AI tools for 2025. I have all these, and this shows that our function is set and running correctly as it should. So is everything now seems to be working okay with the searching. Now it's time to work with Ollama to summarize our results and have the perfect presentation. So I'm now going to create my summarizer.py. So create a file, name it summarizer.py, and I'm going to start by obviously importing Ollama at the top. Before creating our summarizer, which is going to be working with Ollama, I want you to know that Ollama is a tool that lets you run powerful large language models locally, meaning that you have to install these in your machine because there be no API keys, no cloud accounts, and there be no sending data over the internet. So it works directly on your machine. With a single command, you can be able to pull models like Llama 3, DeepSeek R1, talk about Mistral, or even code Llama. In this project, I will be using the Mistral model. It's lightweight, fast, and great for summarizing the search results. And if you don't have Ollama installed, you first need to have Ollama installed in your machine, in your computer, or in your laptop to be working with Ollama. You can run this bash command to install Ollama, and you can still learn more about installing Ollama in their documentation, in their webpage. You can visit Ollama's webpage and learn how to get Ollama installed and how to pull models. Now, I'm also going to run this command, which keeps the model running and ready to respond whenever we send it a prompt. And now, finally, I'm going to pull Mistral, which is the model I'm going to be using in this tutorial. This downloads the actual model weights for Mistral. It's around 4 to 5 GB, so it may take a few minutes or even hours depending on the speed of your internet connection. And then I'm going to have a function to now summarize my results. And this function or this method takes in two arguments. The text here are the results that we got, and then we have the model, and by default our model is none other than Mistral, which is lightweight and fast, and that's what I'm going to be using to summarize my results. And I'm going to have a prompt. I'm just going to paste in my prompt, and I would like to add something here to my prompt. Now this is good enough. I want the prompt to have these instructions. I want the model to have these instructions. I want to have my agent have this instruction. Remember, the agent is only as smart as you prompt it. So always have a detailed prompt. Always learn how to talk with AI. These are one of the mistakes that most people using AI make. They don't prompt the AI properly. So I've given these to my agent and I've told it to summarize the web results in a concise and helpful way for a beginner, and to avoid repeating the links, and to return only the useful insights and facts. And then I want to have the results, the response, sorry, as follows. And now I'm going to speak to Ollama. I'm just going to now specify my model, which is equal to the model, which is Mistral, and I'm going to have my message, and we're going to be acting as the user. So the role here is that of the user. Sorry, the role is user. and we're going to have our content equal to our prompt. And then we're going to return the response message, and from the message dictionary we also extract the content. So this is going to return a precise and helpful response for our search results, and is going to be very useful in summarizing our results the way we want them. Now let's go on to create our agent.py, which now combines all the three functions to have a fully working agentic system. Finally, I want us to create our search summarizer agent class, and this will be a class that joins the search agent together with the summarizer to form one complete pipeline. So create a file and name it agent.py, and inside here we're going to combine our search web and our summarize with Ollama, and print out our final results in an organized and beautiful display with coloring in the terminal and different font weights. And we are going to also achieve this end result with rich library, which gives us this print. And this library basically makes our terminal display become richer. So I'm going to save that, and you can see I'm initializing my class right here. This basically acts like a constructor, and we're going to pass in the model when we initialize our class, and the model by default is Mistral, and then we set the self.model to the model. And then I have this method here, which is called run, and it takes in a query as an argument, and it takes the query, searches the web, combines the text from each result and sends it all to the Ollama model, which now summarizes and gives us our final answer. So it's as simple as this. And if we get no such results, we are going to print out this to avoid breaking our agent. So this is a simple class, not so complicated, and basically it's going to combine our search web and our summarize with Ollama. And I'm also going to update my main.py so that you can be able to work with this class. In my main.py, I'm going to have sys imported, and you might be asking yourself, what is sys used for? Well, this grabs the user input from the command line. And what I mean is basically, after the words Python main.py, any other word that the user enters, any other sentence or any other phrase that the user enters, is basically going to be taken in as a search query. So I have my main function, and if the user does not write anything after the words Python main.py, then we return this to show them on how to guide them on how they should work with our agent. So I'm going to show you an example, and you can see I'm getting this printed because I had no words after Python main.py. So this is useful in grabbing the input from the command line. And once we have our input, if we have our input, it's converted to a string. So if a user just writes this, what is LangChain? So this is going to be combined into a string. All these words after the Python main.py are going to be converted into a string, but you can also just write these as a string. So what is long chain used for? So you can decide to have this as a string, and we're going to initialize our class here, and we're going to pass in the model, and then we're going to call our method in our class, which is run, that takes a query as an argument, and then you're going to get our final results printed after we have searched the web, we have summarized with Ollama. We're going to have a beautiful display in our terminal, and we're going to get our answer. So I'm just going to work with this example right here, and I'm going to see whether I print my answer as I should. Let me run this. And you can see what Rich does to our terminal. You can see these fonts, you can see this bold font, you can see these colors. The final results, you can see everything is summarized. We are getting the answer. We have this beautiful display. We have this beautiful display again to tell us our summary. And we have this answer, and we have this answer given by Ollama. The results have been summarized by Ollama to give us this well compiled and interesting answer. So this is our simple agent to search the web and get the results and summarize our results, and basically make the work of a researcher or you as a developer easier when it comes to searching things or trying to come up with a summary for a specific topic. This AI agent can help you do that. Now, this is just a simple AI agent, and this was just an example I was trying to show you. You can go ahead to create more complex AI agents that can do more complex functions that can be uh, productive to businesses and to yourself as a developer, that you can sell to businesses or you can use to build your own portfolio. Agentic development, as I said in a previous video, might be the future of software development or the future of computer science in general, because we are moving in a generation where AI agents will basically be used to automate almost everything. This now brings me to the end of my short tutorial. If you found this to be helpful, insightful, or educative, please hit the subscribe button and like the video, comment so that the algorithm can push this video to more viewers who want to learn just like you. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.